If you own a rental property that's cash flow negative, or you plan on buying a rental property that is cash flow negative, this video is for you. So this is an example of a client we just helped absorb their negative cash flow into their plan. And keep in mind, the really cool part about rental cash jamming in these types of scenarios is this isn't a permanent solution. We don't have to, we can, but we don't have to absorb the negative cash flow forever because of course rents will increase over time. We are in a lull right now currently as it is with rents, but at the same time, over time, they will increase and you won't always have to cover the shortfall with a rental cash jamming plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip over this part here. Maybe I'll gloss over this because we've already gone through this in a previous video. If you haven't watched the other video going through the full budget, then I highly recommend watching that first. But we have your primary residence and the rental property here for our client, their current budget. We've got all of their expenses tallied up here. So their total monthly expenses are $2,405 and their rental income is $1,910. So you can see they do have a cash flow negative property at $495 a month. So they're cash flow negative, just under $500 here. So showing you this plan right here, we are absorbing this money into the rental cash jamming plan. So by doing that, they are still shaving their mortgage off by half a year, which of course isn't a lot, but at the same time, this is absorbing that negative cash flow. They don't have to feel that anymore. And they still have some net wealth benefits at the end of the day. So their debt conversion is 13 years. Their total tax refunds, they're still going to be receiving $175,000. They're still saving 12 payments here, so a total of $45,000. So their net wealth improvement is just under $47,000. And keep in mind, this is assuming that you're always going to have that negative cash flow and that you're always going to have the cash jamming strategy cover that negative cash flow. So let me show you an alternative. Let's just say you're like, you know what, Tom, I've got a property that is cash flow negative, but I necessarily don't need the plan to cover it. I am willing to cover that negative cash flow myself. So a lot of clients do opt into doing this just because they do want to take the full advantage of rental cash jamming. So let's just say that you want to cover that shortfall every month. So this tab here is me saying that you are going to cover that shortfall on a monthly basis. So now you can compare that to the net wealth benefits. You're shaving your mortgage off by, 5 years, and you are debt converting in just under 12. Your total tax refunds are $118. So yes, it's less, but here's the cool part. Payments reduced is $302,000. That's 80 payments in total. So we're assuming that you are taking those tax refunds and you are paying down the mortgage. And over here, we are showing the net wealth benefits, assuming that you're going to be investing that mortgage payment that you would have otherwise paid for the remaining 5 years that you would have been on track for. We're saying, hey, you know what? Those 5 years of saved payments, let's invest that in the market at an 8% return. Sorry, a 6% return. We're being conservative on this one. 6% return, which would give you a yield of $370,000. So if you have a rental property that is cash flow negative and you want to run your numbers here, or even if you do have a neutral property or cash flow positive property, these benefits will work even more so.